This is George Shimon. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple JavaScript example because this is one of my first examples when while learning JavaScript. So it's going to be like here. I'm using Visual Studio Code. Okay, and this is the example too. So I have the HTML index HTML file. It's right here. So basically Visual Studio Code, it has the left pane. You have a list of the files and folders. Once you click on one, it's gonna show you the details here on the other side of the window. So this is the index.html. This is the CSS file, and those are graphics, SVG file. This is the text when I typed it on the side, and this is the JavaScript file, JS, and then I have a PNG picture file, you know. So in this example, I'm gonna show you what it does, and I'll go briefly explain the code. But at one point, I'll be holding a class, live class like this one, and taking my time explaining and going over the code line by line, and opening it for questions after the session ends. But now you can ask questions too, as long as I am on this live stream and you're on it. So basically, let me show you what it does. So this code does this. So it's right here. So basically, if you look on to the index file, it's right here. It will give you the structure of the boxes. Like, let's say this is a div with box 1, the ID, ID box 2, and ID box 3, and each one has a sentence in it. And this is the box 1, box 2, box 3. And then if you look on the CSS file, the CSS here, I'm gonna click on it. And all of these, you see it says box 1 on the top, box 2, box 3, and they have property in them. Then you look, this is where the color is coming from. And the border, you know, this is the border, and the dots. Those come from the CSS file, which is the styling sheet. So basically, you have the index file .html. This is the HTML file. This is the web page with the HTML elements, but it doesn't have any style, no colors, no border, just, you know, just the index, the sentences, the text. That's it. And then you got the JavaScript file, which is the last one here, index.js. If you see it, this is the index.js, and it's gonna show you this one here. This is the details. And then what this file does, this JavaScript, obviously in conjunction with the HTML and CSS, it's gonna give you this, the hover effect of the mouse. So when the mouse, if it hovers on the top, it doesn't do anything, and it's done on purpose. On a third one, it doesn't do anything. But on the second one, watch what's gonna happen once I move the mouse over the second box. So if I move it over the second box, it's gonna change color and it's gonna expand. And when I move the mouse away, it's gonna rotate and change color again. So I'm gonna move the mouse away, and if you notice, it changed color and angle too, you know. So this is the effect of JavaScript. So let me reload it. So if you reload it, it comes back to the original without the JavaScript loading. But if you go over it again, it's gonna happen. You know, this is the so you reload it, and this is how, this is a very simple example of JavaScript, and I think you can do these in CSS without JavaScript, but I had to try it because I was learning JavaScript. So let's look at the file, at the JavaScript file. So if you look on the top first, okay, basically in JavaScript you have to manipulate the DOM, which is the document object model. Basically, you manipulating the HTML element. So if you look here on this index page, you have box 1, it has a sentence, box 2, box 3. This is the HTML document. Then you have the CSS, and this is the link to the CSS document here. You look at the CSS, this will give it the style, the colors, the font, the border, everything. So this is the CSS. And then the JavaScript, it's this one. It looks different, you know, when you type it. This will give it the functions where it changes the angle, and it expands when you hover the mouse. Now you can do these things with the CSS, but I wanted to try them with JavaScript. So this is a very simple example, and I'll be holding a class soon. If you're interested, let me know. So this is a very simple example, but this is how you start with the JavaScript. You don't want to do anything complicated. First, you start with the understanding the concept of JavaScript, and then you start doing simple functions like the click function, the hover effect function. So, and some of those you can use the HTML, CSS only without JavaScript, but I tried them with the JavaScript to see how it works. So yeah, if you have any questions, submit it in a comment. Let me know if you have any question about this code, the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is a very simple example, but it will give you an idea about JavaScript. And so let's look at another example. Turn it to the screen. So another example is, this one is number 2. Let's see. One more example to show you how JavaScript works. So let's look at this one here. So this will only change the color. It's not gonna change the anything else, and that you can also do with the CSS without JavaScript. So but I can show you an example how it works. So if you right click the HTML document and you open it with a live server, it's gonna give you this one, and this will only change the color of the box, or the first box, you know. So it changed it on a way in, on a hover, moving the mouse in, and then on a mouse out. So this is the original color now. If I move the mouse over it, it's gonna change this color to another color, and then when I leave it, when the mouse leaves, it's gonna change the color again. So moving in the color to this blue box, it changes to red, and when I move it away from the red, it's gonna change it to purple. And originally, if we can refresh it, it was light blue. So this is another example of JavaScript and the effect of a mouse on moving over an element and moving away from the element, and also changing the color. So you can do this too with the CSS. So anybody else have a question? If you're coming on this live stream, let me know if you have any questions and drop it in the comment box. All right. Okay, so this is the first example, and we can do more later on this week. But if you have any questions, please submit it in a comment and let me know if you have any topics you want me to discuss related to JavaScript. And let's go with the basics first. Okay, with that said, I want to thank you so much, but make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future updates. Thank you.